Hi everyone, and thank you so much for watching my channel The Witty Turtle. My name is Anvesha and currently I am a CMA finalist. So as you guys must be knowing that from tomorrow your CMA inter and final exams are going to start. So here I am with some quick tips which will help you during attempting the paper in the exam. So without wasting any further time, let's get into the video. So let's start with one of the most positive points of this examination, that is you are going to get 15 minutes of reading time, which we didn't get in the last term. So you have to utilize this entire 15 times in deciding which question you are supposed to do, and in which question you are more confident and in which question you don't know the concept, right? So utilize that 15 minutes, and after that whatever paper it is, try to attempt 100% पेपर, राइट? सो क्या होता है ना, अगर आप 100% अटेम्प्ट करते हो तो उसमें से आपके करेक्ट होने के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं, करेक्ट आंसर्स आने के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं, राइट? Another important point is that you have to write your answers according to the marks allocated, right? For example, कोई short note दिया है, let's say 3 marks का, right? And 3 marks के लिए आप लोग उसमें 3 पैराग्राफ 4 पैराग्राफ्स लिख रहे हो, that is not advisable. If it is given for 3 marks, then you have to write at least 3 points, or like you can extend it up to 4 to 5 points, right? So you have to confine your answer according to the marks allocated to that particular question. Next point है आपका okay, in numerical papers like your financial accounting, your cost accounting, in these kinds of papers you have to do one thing, that as it is in online mode and the examiner is not going to check your entire answer sheet, so whatever answer you are getting, you have to write all those answers. Let's say one question has 5 points and you can calculate up to 3 points, so you have to write the answers of the 3 points. So in that case what happens, your chance of getting a step mark increases, right? And another point is that another benefit of that is if your 5th point is wrong, if your 5th answer is wrong, then you might get a step marking on the remaining 4 points if they are correct. Understood? Then your next point is that for example, if one question is given where you have to make a table, right? So for example, you have to make a trading account or a P&L account, or in case of operations management you have to make a demand forecasting table. Then in that case what do you need to do? You have to make an imaginary table. ये x है, x के नीचे जो भी वैल्यूज़ दिया गया है वो आप लिख लो, ये y है, y के नीचे जो वैल्यूज़ दिया गया है उसको लिख लो. There will be no lines, but you have to make an imaginary table so that the examiner will get to know that yes, this child knows the process, this child knows how to calculate the answer, right? And the next point is that in operations management there is a chapter called your project management, where you have CPM and PERT, and in CPM and PERT you have to make diagrams, right? So अगर वैसा question आता है, then in that case you have 2 options. The first option is that you can either like leave that question and choose the alternative question, and if you don't know the alternative question but you know the answer of this particular CPM and PERT, then do one thing, draw that diagram in your rough sheet and write down the answer in the computer, and also mention that refer to page number this for the diagram, right? You have to write this thing in the computer so that the examiner will know that yes, this child has completely, the student has completely solved the question and has written the answer. The next point is, in case of theory papers like law and audit, attempt the entire paper, right? Attempt the entire paper. Like कोई भी क्वेश्चन अगर है उसमें आपको अगर आंसर नहीं आ रहा है देन थोड़ा सा आप सोचो, क्योंकि इफ़ यू हैव डन द क्लासेस देन वो आपके कान में कहीं ना कहीं ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर पड़ा ही होगा. ट्राई टू रिकॉल दैट and write something in the answer, right? So that you might get some step marking, right? So that should be the idea, because in exams like CA or CMA, even half mark is of great importance, right? So you have to grab every opportunity that you are getting, and you have to write something, at least something in the answer. And coming to the paper costing में क्या होता है ना, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स पैनिक कर जाते हैं, एंड यहाँ पर सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है, यू हैव टू रीड द क्वेश्चन थरली, right? You have to read the question carefully, and if the question is very big, then don't get panicked, right? And write all the given data in this much space, so that the entire question will be summed up in this much. So it gets easier for your brain to recognize what has been asked in the question and what are you supposed to calculate. सो एंड उसको सिस्टमेटिकली लिखना है, ऐसे नहीं कि यहाँ पे थोड़ा लिख दिया वहाँ पे थोड़ा लिख दिया, उसको सिस्टमेटिकली लिखना, क्योंकि एग्जाम में यू हैव टू सेव टाइम ऑल्सो, राइट? सो दिस शुड बी योर स्ट्रैटेजी टू अटेम्प्ट ऑल द क्वेश्चंस इन क्वेश्चन पेपर. Another thing is that attempt all those questions first in which you are more confident, in which chapters you know that yes, जो भी question आएगा मैं उसको कर पाऊँगी. So attempt those questions first, and after that calculate your remaining time and make an ABC analysis कि कौन सा question मेरे को बहुत अच्छे से आता है, and attempt them like उस category में आप उसको attempt करना, ठीक है? Another question is that one numerical is there और उसके और में एक theory दिया गया है, right? And first you went for the numerical, and numerical का जो आंसर है वो नहीं आ रहा है. So in that case what you have to do, you have to switch to the theory question, and if you don't know anything about that theory, then in that case you have to stick to that numerical only, because अगर numerical में कुछ भी correct हुआ होगा तो उसमें आपको step marking मिल जाएगा, right? This should be your strategy कि exam में आपको कैसे attempt करना है. उसके अलावा I have 5 more tips. First one is that don't get panicked before going to the exam hall, during the exam hall, and even after exam, right? Don't get panicked. आज रात को अच्छे से सोना, get a proper sleep. And another important thing is that reach the examination hall before sufficient time. ऐसा नहीं है कि एग्ज़ाम आपका 10 बजे है और आप 9:30 बजे पहुँच रहे हो, not like that. ठीक है, आप जल्दी, at least first day you have to reach the examination hall before sufficient time. And another thing is that what all things you have to carry. You have to carry your stationaries, then you have to carry your Aadhaar card, ICMAI identity card, and lastly आपका जो admit card है वो भी आपको लेके जाना है, remember that, okay? And yes, if you are going to take any water bottle, then remember that it should be a transparent water bottle, right? Transparent water bottle, ऐसे ये वाला नहीं चलेगा, ठीक है? आप transparent वाला water bottle लेके जाना. So yeah, that much for today, or I will not take much of your time. If you find this video really helpful, then please hit the like button, share this video with your friends who are going to appear tomorrow, and yeah, all the very best for your examination. And comment down below कि और कोई अगर doubt होगा तो आपको please उसको comment down करना, और after your exams do let me know how did it go.